All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on a 3 different trick. So what I'm trying to say is, you will get sometimes you'll get some situations. The situation one, you're gonna get a certain type of things like a square root of, hold on a second, let me write down, square root of a type of situation that just say is a squared minus x squared. Okay, so inside the integral, you got some type of a squared minus x squared. We have done that before. Which kind of situation that we have done that before? Not arctan, arcsine. Yeah, so this is very, very close to the arcsine. Remember that inverse trig, sine, secant, and tangent. We can come back to circle back to use those three. But if there was some situation that you're gonna have square root of a squared minus x squared. And the second situation that you might get is square root x squared minus a squared. Okay, so they are totally different situation. The third situation you're gonna get is square root of a squared plus x squared. Okay, so you got 3 situations. So remember, the choice you can choose from is sine, secant, and tangent. Not cosine, not cotangent, not cosine. Okay, so not cosine, not cosecant, not cotangent. So the choose that you're gonna choose from is usually sine, secant, and tangent. So what I'm gonna do is, in any of those 3, I'm gonna construct a right triangle. Not yet. This gets very hard. So you got a triangle. Okay, so this triangle, and you have to have a correct orientation, by the way. It's very important that you have correct orientation. So we have a data right here. Okay, so a good thing to think about, a squared minus x squared is probably something to deal with sine. Okay. So it's gonna be sine of theta is equal to x over a. Well, why is it x over a? I'm gonna explain to you why it's x over a. Because if you have x and you have a here, right? So what will be this side? Question mark. Square root what? Yeah. So let's just say if this side is z, right? So it'll be x squared plus z squared equal to a squared, and z squared equal to a squared, sorry, z squared equal to a squared minus x squared. So z is equal to square root of a squared minus x squared. So therefore, you know that this side has to be z is equal to square root of a squared minus x squared. So this is type of thing. So you're going to use this triangle to help you solve the problem. Now, what do you think the triangle here? It has to be certain orientation. So remember, you can only choose sine, secant, and tangent. So which one I want to choose? Secant or tangent? Secant. Good. So secant of theta, right? Secant of theta is equal to x over a. So where's x at? X is the hypotenuse. Good. And where's a? Is it the one on the left or on the bottom?
The opposite side.
A, right?
The bottom. Oh, you're right.
And this will end up to be z is equal to square root x squared minus a squared. Some people thought a is on the opposite, but no, a has to be on the bottom. So you can only choose sine, secant, right? And then last one, of course, plus sine, tangent. That's a very, very obvious see because this one, but the orientation has to be pretty important too. Which side, we know this side is square root a squared plus x squared. Which side is a, which side is x? Which side is it? Wait, which side is it a? Yeah, okay. So now you understand, this is the hardest part to understand, that you get to choose sine, secant, and tangent. Usually they give you a good hint from inverse trig. So then you have to construct the triangle in a certain way. This triangle, you had to construct it exactly the same way because we're going to go back to this triangle as much as we can. So then we're going to create a question. And the question is going to look like something like x squared over square root of 9 minus x squared dx. Now, meanwhile, I'm doing this. I'm constructing a triangle right next to it because we will need it later. We will need it later. Okay, so we know that there's something to do with sine, right? So we know it's sine of theta of sine of theta of what? X over a. So that means which side is x? To the left, a is what? Hypotenuse, right? So this side is going to be 9 minus x squared. Very important that you construct this triangle because later we're going to use this triangle to write out answers. So then you say, oh, okay, that's really reasonable. I can do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute everything in terms of trig and data. Trig and data. So everything into trig and data. Then I'm going to start with this. Sine of theta equal to x over a. Can I solve for x? Because we have a dx, right? We want to change d theta. So we're going to do that first. So can I do a sine theta is equal to x and take a differential on both sides? What will be differential of a sine theta? Or in this case is 3, right? In this case 3, sorry. This one's 3, sorry. This one is 3. And this side is 3. And this side is 3, right? So what will be the this side if I take a differential? 3? What? And then what? Times what? Benicia? There you go. That's why dx is important. Remember I told you? Where's the dx? Because now dx is important. Because dx is right there. So that's why I was kind of yelling at you. Where's the dx? Dx is important because that is going to be a very, very important pieces. So now remember, this is sine theta, right? This is also true, right? X equal to 3 sine theta. Can I replace all the x and dx? So I'm going to focus on replacing the x and dx. So this is going to be x is going to be 3 sine theta square. Square root of 9 minus 3 sine theta. And then square again. Why that dx is important? Because this dx needs a change into everything in terms of d theta. So this one is going to be dx equal to 3 cosine of theta d theta. Now, do you see the vision here? You got it? Because I can simplify this. This one's going to be 9 sine squared theta. And this one's going to be 9 minus 9, because 3 squared 2, sine squared theta times 3 cosine theta. Hopefully you guys see it. If you see it here, I can take out a 9. Why do I want to take out 9? Because if I take out 9 here, they'll end up to be what? 3, right? And this one, 1 minus sine squared theta, 9 sine squared theta times 3 cosine theta d theta. Now, what do you see this? This is just a cosine theta, right? Because cosine squared theta, square root cosine theta, is going to cancel out. So that's going to be 9. This 3 is going to end up cancel out. 3 cancel out. And this end up to cancel out, right? So it'll be 9 sine square of theta. So can I just say 9 this d theta? Okay, everything comes out pretty nice. And this is why we need to go with power reducing. Huh? This is why we need power reducing. Yes.
What is it called when you turn it in terms of d theta? Like when you use a triangle and like set to that, like
It's just called a trig substitution.
Okay.
So this subject of this title is called trig sub. What is sine 2 theta? We know how to take integration since before, 2 days ago. Almost. It's a 1 minus. No, that's okay. You did good. 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 d theta.
It's cosine.
And then can I just say, oh yeah, that's gonna be 9.
We have to do power reducing here.
Yeah, because we can take integratives even power.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I learned that I teach you, I guess, even power that day. Minus cosine of 2 theta over 2 d theta. When I integrate 1/2, what am I gonna get? Theta is not x, right? So this one's a 9 over 2 theta. Is that okay? What's integration of cosine of 2 theta? Sine 2 theta over 4. And this is 9, right? 2 theta. Okay, I missed it too. Plus c. Now remember, your question, it should be in terms of x, right? Your answer should be like, if you do U substitution, you're gonna convert back to x. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So yeah, there's more work. So let's go back and look at this part here. I'm gonna copy and paste here. I'm gonna show you again here, so that way you have some type of reference. Okay, so then you say, okay, what is the theta? Theta is gonna be inverse trig. Sine inverse of x over 3, right? Does that make sense? Because I can solve sine theta equal to x over 3. Theta is equal to sine inverse of x over 3. Now minus 9 over 4. Minus 9 over 4 here. This one is going to be, wait, sine 2 theta. I know what sine 2 theta is. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta. And then cosine theta, right? But still, this 2 is going to cancel out this 2. So I can take out 9 over 2 completely. Sine of x over 3 minus sine theta cosine theta, right? Sine inverse, you're right. Sine theta, cosine theta. So you say, wait, what's sine theta? Well, sine theta end up you had to go back and look at the triangle. Is x over 3, right? Does that make sense? Sine theta is x over 3. What is cosine theta?
9 minus x squared.
Yeah, 9 minus x squared over what? 3. And that's it. Pussy. Because integration, because sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta because double angle identity.
What about
Huh?
Would you combine the x over 3 times the 9 minus x squared over 3? Would you combine it together, or would it be fine to leave it?
You can leave it like that because 2 over 9 I factor out and then just solve for sine theta and cosine theta. Okay, so next question. Next question is actually not as bad. You want to try it? No, that's good. Okay, so this one's gonna be your homework then.
And then
Wait, you can combine it? We can?
cosine theta.
Oh,
The 9 minus x squared over 3.
Now, remember, this is x value, right? Now, if in this case, definite integral will be easier. Just stay as data. You don't want to come back to x because you can do u substitution. You can figure out what is the x value in terms of data, and then you can evaluate that way. The answer is really, really, really nice. So if you did it right, it's 1/2 times square root 3 minus square root 2. Square root 3 minus square root 2. Okay, so homework questions, you will get this question and this question. So 2 questions, not much. Okay, so this is the 2 questions that you have for homework. Now this one you want to come back to x because this is definite integral. Now indefinite integral is going to do it in terms of data. Now so this 2 questions, this few questions will not be on AP exam. So if you don't understand, it's not real and it's not end of the world. But I want you, if you go to BC Calc, at least this is Calc 2 is one of the major tests in Calc 2 in UCF or F and UF.
What's the answer for the second one?
1/2 times square root 3 minus square root 2.
That was for the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one. The second one I didn't give you an answer. You figure out.
If I got time after I go home from work. You sure? I got my transcript from karate, but it doesn't like have my use. So do I just submit that?
How do you talk in young? I said.